So, good evening once more. And tonight, just like I said earlier, we are going to look at various soft skills in project management, soft skills for a project manager. We've been looking at various documents you can produce, beautiful documents, various techniques you can apply while managing projects, all the technology, applications, softwares you can use to track, manage, do everything. But this thing you are doing, you are managing people, you're managing human beings, and there's other things that technology cannot just do. And documents cannot just solve the problem. So this is where these soft skills come in. That'll help you to be a good leader as a project manager. You are a leader. That is what you are. Everything we do in life is a project. And you find out that we must always have a captain or a head or a leader in every aspect of thing we do, even in the house, even the house prayers. You find out somebody must lead the prayer. Even in cooking, somebody must do the cooking. So we find everything we do is projects, and somebody needs to lead. And for you to lead, you need to be a role model. You need to set example for others. So you cannot be a leader and you can't set a pace for the people you are leading. Cannot lead. A good leader should lead by example. So that is the point we are making here. So we've identified so many soft skills which you need to have. In some cases, companies tend to stress more on their soft skills. If you have good soft skills and you are not so good even in technology, some companies, they want to train you because of your charisma. They hire you because of your charisma. So let's proceed and check out all these soft skills we've identified. So the number one we have here is leadership. Leadership skill. Leadership in project management is the ability to inspire, motivate, guide team members towards the achievement of the project goal. Effective project leader possess a combination of vision, communication skill, and emotional intelligence to mobilize team and drive results. Like I said, leader, you motivate your team members. Project is full of challenges. That is project. Everything about project is full of challenges. Taking a flight from Nigeria to London is a project. You know the challenges involved. We have turbulence in the air, and we have a leader in the name of the captain or the pilot. We'll be having people who always be crying, and what are we looking at that point? What are we trying to hear? We want to hear what the pilot is going to say. Everybody is panicking, but everybody at this point, we just want the pilot to tell us that it's okay. Everything is fine. We are in control. We are in charge. Don't panic. That is what every crew, everybody on board of that train want to hear. In a family where maybe you hear a strange knock at the door, or maybe burglars will knock on the door, the wife, the children, everybody will start panicking. Who are they? Are they robbers or this? At that point, what the wife and the children they want to hear from their father, their husband is okay. These are what a leader should possess. You know, motivation. Times things become so difficult in projects. All you need to do is just motivate your team members. And you see them, energy will start coming from nowhere, strategy, just because of your leadership skills, you know, motivation, the way you talk to them, communication. These are these things, emotional intelligence. Try to assure them that it's okay. And these are the things you need to have as a leader when it comes to leadership or as a project manager. Let's just have brief looks at all the points identified, or the key skills that a leader or leadership entails. We talk about vision. A project manager as a leader must have a clear vision of the project goal and objectives, and communicate effectively to team members to inspire and align effort towards a common purpose. Goals. Even if any other person does not understand the project goals and objectives, you as the project manager must understand the purpose, the goals and objectives. You know, it's one of the things we highlighted during the requirement gathering we did yesterday. And then we have communication. Let me tell you this about communication. Communication is not about the how beautiful your grammar is, how you can, you know, speak Queen's English, your phonetics and this and that. That is not communication. Somebody that uses pidgin English can communicate effectively more than you that speaks Queen English. Communication is a two-way thing. You give, and the person you are giving is receiving. When you are in the like this, I'll use the Go Kabu projects we are working on. You are a very smart project manager. Your English is top notch. When you speak, people will think you are Queen's last daughter because the way you speak, good. But if you use that your Queen English, you go to Oshodi to recruit some drivers from Lagos. Nobody is going to understand what you are talking about. But a good project manager who knows how to communicate, who is flexible, can go on that project, lead a project team to Oshodi to recruit drivers. The first thing you say, hey, Johnny, you see, you know their language, you communicate, they respond, and you see open door, you see breakthrough. That is communication. In your team, you must understand the way you talk to your team. As a project manager, very soon you will start meeting distributed project team all over the globe. You have team members from India. You have team members from America, Africa, Europe, different background, different language. Even if all of them are speaking English, you find out that they have different accent. In this situation, as a good project manager, you must try to find a way to communicate to all the team members. It's that is communication. Another thing in communication is that you need to be open. In a project, communication should be open. Make it open. Things should be, when you talk about openness, it must go with transparent communication. You must have a transparent communication channel that conveys information and equally brings good feedback. And then foster collaboration among team members. That's why we have all these various channels we use to communicate. I've worked in so many establishments, so many companies, organizations. Some will talk down on so many, but so many of the places I work, we don't use WhatsApp for communication. But it's not about what the organization wants most of the time. I understand how effective every communication channel can be. And to be honest with you, we know that WhatsApp is a very good technology. And a lot of people are underrating WhatsApp. It's very quick. You can share information, you can share message, you can share video at a go. And you see WhatsApp now, there's a lot of features added. So these are, you must identify the communication channel that works for your team. I used to use Basecamp, Freecamp, use post information. Some people will take maybe 2 days or to visit Basecamp or to visit Freecamp. But once information drops on WhatsApp, everybody just get the information. This is communication for me. This is a transparent communication. This is a communication channel that fosters collaboration. So you must find a way to look for technology, which is a channel that fosters open and transparent communication, where we have two-way communication. Some people will tell me, Mr. Charles, lock this WhatsApp group. You need to lock it so that people will know. That is not communication. You post, you don't get feedback. How do you know the way people are feeling? You come to your platform, you lock everything so that you are the only one that will be providing information. For me, that is not communication. It doesn't promote the way and manner I manage projects. I like open communication. Likewise, you see in this meeting here, some people will lock everything, even the reaction emoji, they will lock everything. How do you know the way people feel? You need to carry people along, you know? So it's very, very important to understand communication. Is very key in everything, in relationship, more especially ladies. They don't joke with communication in relationship, in marriage. You are not communicating, there's communication breakdown. So they want this communication, and they are right about that communication. Communication is very important. The easiest way to have problems with your stakeholders is poor communication. If they don't know what you are doing, if you keep them in dark of what you are doing, you must have problem with them. So communication is very important. Okay, let's look at motivation, inspiring and empowering team members by recognizing their contributions, providing opportunity for growth, and fostering a positive work environment. Don't just only boss your team members around because you are the team lead or you are the project manager. You must appreciate them. Not only, if I see, I've worked in some places, I've worked with some team lead, project man, they can never appreciate you. They're always picking up on fault, any little thing they would, but just to say appreciate you, they would never. These are horrible project managers or leaders. A good team lead must be a good friend. You must motivate it. When they reach a milestone, appreciate them. If possible, take your team members out. Have an outdoor, have coffee, have dinner, have lunch with them, appreciate them, say thank you, and it goes a long way to motivate them to do better. Don't just keep criticizing, nagging, and this goes beyond just projects. In the family, as a man, appreciate your wife, appreciate your children. Don't just be nagging. As a wife, don't just always be nagging. Try to appreciate your husband. You know, appreciate your children. The little things they do, appreciate them. It draws kind of this appreciation. There's kind of energy it draws. It kind of builds momentum, helps someone to keep firing. It's important to keep on appreciating people. It's so inspiring to when you appreciate people. Even if they are not getting it, find a way to encourage them to learn or encourage them to do it better. Don't just condemn it. You know, it's not good. Like somebody submit a report to you as a team lead, all you can say is, what is this? What kind of horrible report is this? Oh, it's not good. If the person, all you need to do is try to, even if you need to criticize or use a constructive language to let the person know that yeah, you appreciate the effort, but you need improvement on this. And this is, if you need assistance, or maybe that's the way to do that, and the person will be happy. You know, so there's a way to do that. You know, those days we are growing up, we used to chide ladies. Some ladies will just be using horrible languages to dismiss men, which is not good. If somebody approach you, there's a way you will say no, and the person will even appreciate you the more for saying no. But the way you put it, some people will just, you know, put it on your face. Sorry to digress, but it's true. So ladies here know what I'm talking about. Okay. We have decision making. Making timely and well-informed decision, considering input from stakeholders and team members while maintaining accountability for outcome. As a leader, you should take timely decision, quick decision. You don't have to wait. Decision must be well informed and timely. is very, very important. Conflict resolution, addressing conflict and disagreement constructively, promoting dialogue, understanding different differing perspective, and finding mutual beneficial solution. These are some of the skills you need to have as a leader. Delegation, empowering team members by delegating tasks and responsibilities effectively while providing support and guidance. As a project manager, which you are a leader, you don't have to do everything. All you need to do, know how to assign responsibilities, empower, that is delegation of duties, tasks, assign responsibilities, give support for them to do their work very well, guide them, and that's what you need. And above all, you need to be a role model, leading by example, demonstrating professionalism, integrity, and commitment to project success. I try to come to a meeting on time. Is one thing I've not default. If any of you have joined this meeting, yes, you can see that it's very difficult for me to join a meeting. I must join a meeting before the time or on time. So it's something you need to, if you want to be condemning latecomers as a project manager or team lead, you need to make sure that you set the record. If you don't have a record of timeliness, why would you come and be that's hypocrisy? So you don't need to do that. So you must be leading by example. You must be integrity. Integrity is key. Professionalism, everything you want to preach, make sure you are doing it. It's very, very important. And then let's look at leadership style. We have transformational leadership. These are the kind of leaders that inspire and motivate team members through a compelling vision and high expectation, fostering innovation and continuous improvement. This is one of the leadership which all of us must imbibe. Continuous improvement, fostering innovation, compelling vision, high expectation, but you must inspire and motivate team members. You should be able to inspire them to do that. That's what we call transformation, other leadership. Then servant leadership is equally very, very important, more especially if you're working in an agile environment. Focuses on serving the need of team members, facilitating their growth and development, and enabling them to reach their full potential. If your team members are not putting it their best, their optimum performance, you are the one losing. You must always try to develop them. Make sure you have regular workshop in your team, regular meeting. If you find out that people are struggling, try to facilitate workshop. Even if you don't know, try to hire external body to come and upscale your team in the area they are lacking. Is important. You must not be a boss, you must be a servant trying to solve their problems. Leaders solve people's problem. You don't, as a leader, you don't wait for people to come and solve your problem. And that is the problem we're having in Africa, that most of the leaders are leaders that will relax, and the people they are leading will be solving their problems, not them solving the problem of the people they are leading. It's a very bad leadership style. The people you lead will be solving their need, not you. You should be the one going out there, looking out for their need, understanding their need, and serving them. So that is the way a servant leadership should be. We have democratic leadership. This involves team members in decision making. Don't just come and say, we have decided that this is going to be this way. As a democratic leader, you must make decisions with your team members. It's very, very key. You know, seeking input and consensus to build and build ownership and commitment to project outcome. Then we'll have transactional leadership. This kind of leadership focuses on task completion and performances, using reward and consequences to motivate team members to achieve goals. So we have so many leadership that uses bonus, these are some of the leadership. So it's left for us to choose the one or a combination of all. We can combine all of them in a way that if you see a leader that can combine these three leadership styles very well, it's going to be the world best leader. These three leadership, So let's look at practical application of leadership in project management. Then we'll have setting clear expectation. As a project manager, if you are setting a clear expectation, this is you have to communicate the project goal. You have to communicate the roles and responsibility clearly to team members to ensure alignment and accountability. And we are doing that already. We've done RACI metrics. Doing RACI metrics, trying to identify roles and responsibility. That is setting clear expectation. Inspiring confidence. Build trust and confidence among team members by demonstrating competence, integrity, and reliability. And we are doing that already. You see the kind of confidence and trust I've bestowed on all our team lead. These are giving them confidence. I believe in you. And I will always tell you, don't come to me.
Yeah.
Please, if you are not on mute, in as much as we are in democracy, try to respect yourself. So we have this kind of confidence. I'll tell the team members, go through your team lead. That is confidence. Everybody will see the kind of confidence I have on all these team lead. And I expect the team lead to equally start building confidence on the team members. With that, you see, we are going to have solid trust within the project. You see them will work as a team. And that is what it's supposed to be. Another application is empowering team. You must learn how to delegate authorities and decision-making responsibility to team members, empowering them to take ownership of their work and contribute to project success. You can't do everything as a project manager. You cannot do it. That's why we have team members there for you to work with. Delegate authority, delegate work to them, and empower them to do it. If there is challenges, that's why if you look at when we start RACI metrics, when we say we are going to be having our RACI meeting, when we identify a risk or challenges coming, you are the project manager. You must not be the owner of all assign the risk to one project team member to own it, lead to make sure that that risk is resolved. That is empowerment. You cannot do everything alone as a project manager. So we have another practical application, which is leading by example, role model, desired behavior and value, such as professionalism, teamwork, and adaptability to inspire and motivate team members. This is mainly, it happens mainly in agile environments, but it should be applied everywhere, leading by example. So many of us are hypocrites. We don't do what we preach. We'll tell you, if you come on, you need to come on time, but they will never come on time. You know, that is not a good leadership by example. So these are all the things we need to understand in terms of leadership in project management. Once you can understand all this, apply all these key skills and factors we've listed and discussed, you are qualified to lead any nation in this world. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. If you can demonstrate all this leadership skill, you have the capacity to transform Nigeria to compete with UK and US in few years. I'm not joking. This is what it takes. Okay. Leadership is a fundamental skill in project management, enabling project managers to inspire, motivate, and guide team members towards achieving project goals. By developing effective leadership skill, project managers can foster collaboration, drive innovation, and ensure project success. That is what we are looking for, to make sure that our project is a success. So that is it about leadership skills. So it's very key. So we've captured that very well. So let's go down to communication skills in project management. Good communication. Communication skills are essential for project managers to convey information, build relationship, and resolve conflict effectively. Clear, timely, and transparent communication is vital for aligning team members, stakeholders, and project objectives. It's very, very important. So, what are the key aspects of communication skills we need to look at? We have clarity. Communicates information clearly and concisely, avoiding ambiguity or confusion. Please don't blow grammar when you want to communicate. Use simple English. Everybody needs to understand. At this point, maybe some of us attended Harvard, Oxford, and mind you that some team members did not even go to university. Some of these developers, they are college graduates, and they are very good at what they are doing. So don't come and start hammering the grammar. Use simple language that will help us convey the information very well. Then active listening. As a project manager, you must be an active listener. Listen attentively to other people's perspective, concern, and feedback. Demonstrate empathy and understanding. Some people, they will never want to understand or listen to other people. It's all about me. what you want. You don't want other people. You don't want to see things from other way. Yes, you might be very intelligent, but you are not working alone. You are not, when you work with other people, you have to listen to them. Even children of 5 years, even 2 years, or even children at all level, no matter how they can think, they have a way of communicating. You must try to understand, listen to everybody. Not just listening, but you must have to show concern when you are listening. You need to show it, because if you are just listening, okay, what is it? Of course, you're not listening. Even the person who wants to speak know that you're not listening. You must show concern. You must show empathy. And you must show that you really understand what the person is trying to communicate. So it's very, very important. You have to humble yourself when you are listening to others. It must be shown in your face, your countenance, your body language. You must show that you are listening, not okay, what is it? You are not, when it's okay, what is it? For me, some people will not even say anything again, they'll just leave you. Okay, feedback. Communication is not a one-way traffic. Communication is give and take. So after every communication, you must have a feedback. Provide constructive feedback to team members, acknowledging their contribution and area of improvement. When team members, they submit their reports to you, you must review and get back to them and identify area of improvement, or acknowledge that, yeah, this is a good job. You must say that. You cannot just say received. Received what? You must show that you've actually reviewed their work. You must show that you understand what they've done. You must show that their work is good. You must show that, okay, your work needs some improvement. One, you cannot just say your work, you must identify area of improvement. You know, so that is feedback. Then communication in conflict resolution. Address conflicts and disagreement openly and respectfully, facilitating dialogue and finding mutual and acceptable solution. When there is conflict, you must make sure that the way you resolve the conflict, that everybody is seeing it. You are not being partial. You are not, it's not hidden. If two members are having issues, you must have to call them, you know, talk to them openly, constructively, try to, you know, be fair to everybody while taking judgment or finding a mutual acceptable ground or solution to resolve. It must be openly done and respectfully done. Adaptability in communication. Tailor communication approach to different audience and context, considering culture, linguistic, and organizational factor. You must not have a, you know, when we did stakeholder analysis, I hope all of you remember our stakeholder analysis. We have different stakeholders. The way you communicate with stakeholder A to be, it mustn't be the way you communicate with stakeholder A. You have high influence stakeholders, we have external stakeholders, we have internal stakeholders. These their features makes them different, and you must use different approach to communicate to all of them. You know, we've done that already instead, and we've already started using that in our stakeholder management. So you must find the communication strategy that suits every team member or stakeholders within the team. You must understand that we have cultural differences. You know, these are things you need to understand. You must understand that we have Christians in our midst. You must understand we have Muslims in our midst. You must understand we have Yorubas, we have Hausas, we have Igbo, we have Indians, we have Turkish people, we have Americans, we have English, we have Irish, and they have their own way. So you must understand all this. Don't just the way you talk to your brother in Igbo, you come and start talking to somebody from India using the same app. They must not understand what you are talking about. You must find a balanced approach. Then communication equally comes with documentation. Maintain accurate and up-to-date project documentation, including project plan, status report, meeting minutes, and communication log. We've already done that. So this is very, very important. We should know what project update means. We've done documentation. All of us here should know what project plan, status report, meeting minute, and the communication log. You must have all these documents, where you log your communication. Your stakeholder analysis document, there's where we make provision for log, feedback log, communication log. In our RAID meeting, we have what we call RAID log, where you document all the information. When they came in, you document it with dates. When they are resolved, their status. These are communications. Then communication today have a lot to do with technology. So communication is not just speaking or talking. People are talking. It's not. We've gone beyond that kind of communication. Utilize communication tools and technologies effectively, such as email, instant messaging, like WhatsApp, video conferencing, and project management softwares like FreeCamp to facilitate collaboration and information sharing. We know this one very well. So practical applications, stakeholder engagement. So you see it, we have been talking about it since we started communication. Communicate project objective, progress, and outcome to stakeholders regularly, soliciting their feedback and addressing concern proactively. Team collaboration. Foster open communication channel among team members, encouraging information sharing, collaboration, and innovation. We already know this one very well, and we are doing it very well. Conflict resolution. Address conflict and disagreement promptly and constructively, facilitating dialogue and negotiation to reach mutual acceptable solution. Well, we are yet to see any big conflict. I'm used to conflict in project team, but especially when very soon now you start seeing a group of people ganging up against their team lead. The team lead is autocratic. He doesn't do this. He does that. He doesn't listen to us. He also, we are small boys. We are not small boys. We are not his children. All this, and we'll be hearing all this a lot. These are conflicts, and we resolving it constructively. And not only team lead, you start hearing team members fighting each other. Why would he? I made a comment. He laughed at my comment. I asked a question. He's looking down on my question. What's he doing here? If he knows it all, why is all these conflicts? As a team lead, you must apply this approach. You must, address this promptly, constructively. You must facilitate dialogue and negotiation to mutually acceptable solution. This way you should be able to resolve your conflict. And then change management. Communicate change to project scope, schedule, or requirements clearly and transparently, maximizing expectations and mitigating circumstances. When we have project scope do change. We do not say that project scope do change. Project scope do change, but the way you manage it is what matters. You know, project scope can change by timeline, when you or a stakeholder might start requesting for additional inputs within the project. I can say we have to please, that I'm open to this thing. Doesn't mean you have to be disturbing the class. I don't like that. Enoho, I don't know why you are on. You should be on mute. So we must be able to capture changes very well. When there is change, we need to capture the change, and we'll have a way patterns to capture change and address it. And once we address it, we should be able to update other record we have showing that there is change. So these are part of communication. So we should be able to capture some of these very well as project managers. So effective communication skills are essential for project managers to convey information, build relationship, and resolve conflicts successfully. By honing communication skills, project managers can foster collaboration, alignment, and trust among team members and stakeholders contributing to the project success. Everything is for us to have success in our project. It's very important. Okay, let's do this again, and maybe we can then have feedback from the class. I enjoy feedback because it's very, when you're asking question, give you time to ask question, that's feedback. I can't just come and deliver and go. It's part of the skills we should have. So if you want monitoring the way I do things, I try to practice what I preach. So let's see how we can do this, and then we'll collaborate. Okay, negotiation skill in project management. As a project manager, you are a negotiator. You negotiate on behalf of your project team, you negotiate with your project team members, and you negotiate with clients. Negotiation skills are essential for project managers to reach agreement, resolve conflict, and manage stakeholders' expectations effectively. Negotiation involves finding mutual acceptable solutions that satisfy the need and interests of all parties. It's not easy. It's not easy as we just read it out, very simple. It requires patience. It requires strategy. It requires, brainstorming. Okay, let's look at key aspects of negotiation. Preparation. When you want to prepare thoroughly for negotiation by understanding your objective, priorities, and alternatives, as well as those of the other parties. You don't just jump into a negotiation. You must plan for a negotiation, just like having a meeting when team members are having, two team members are having a disagreement. You don't just jump in and start negotiating. You must try to understand, understand what's going on and give yourself time to understand and come up with a good solution or strategy to do that. If you need to talk to a stakeholder, if there's something you need to, for instance, you perceive a risk, you are going to outrun your timeline, you must plan on how to meet with your stakeholders, how to present, it must be planned. That's preparation. You must plan before you start any negotiation. If you don't plan it, you are going to run out of idea because you might be talking out of scope, out of objective. You do not have priorities. You do not have alternatives. In negotiation, you must come with various alternatives so that even if the person does not give you your first demand, then you fall back to your second demand. It's very, very important. So that is, and as you are business analysts, these are one of the things they will be doing a lot. As a business analyst, when you are writing your business case is trying to soliciting for approval. That is negotiation, trying to prove why the project or the solution must go on or not. You must plan very well so that you come with different solutions. If the stakeholders do not approve number one for you, they will approve number two. If they do not approve number two, they will approve number three. So that is preparation before negotiation. Have alternatives handy, making you ready. If they see you are a good negotiator, you cannot go empty-handed when you've gone to solicit for something, because you must make sure that you have and when they see how prepared you are, they will give you something. When they say, no, we cannot, okay, can I do it this way? No. They cannot say no to everything. Seeing how prepared you are, because you have a lot of alternatives. You wanted to go back to your team with something. So that is why you have to be prepared. And active listening. Listen attentively to the concern, interest, and the perspective of the other parties, demonstrating empathy and understanding. When you are negotiating, you must demonstrate this active listening skill. Assertiveness. Advocate for your interests and objective assertively while also being open to compromise and collaborate. In as much as you want to, show that, this is what you want and be able to demonstrate that this is what you want, you must be open for, compromise. If the need be, you must be ready to collaborate very well. That's how to negotiate. You cannot just come and say, oh, this is what I want. If it's not this, well, I don't know. You can't say that. In as much you have to present it very well, showing that this is what you and your team want. You must have evidence. You must have backings. You must have reasons, reasonable reasons why. But still, you have to still loosen up if you find out that you might not really get everything you want. So there's room for compromise. Then problem solving. During negotiation, you have problem solving. Collaborate with other parties to identify creative and mutual beneficial solutions to share challenges and conflicts. During negotiation, you must collaborate. More especially, is a problem you are solving, you should be able to look for mutual beneficial solution for every party to be happy. Flexibility. Be flexible and adaptable in your approach to negotiation, considering different options and alternatives to reach satisfactory outcome. Communication. Communicate your proposal, concern, and interest clearly and persuasively, using active listening, empathy to build rapport and trust. You can see that all these skills in one way or the other are linked or weaved together. Closure. Ensure that negotiation result is clear. Ensure that the negotiation results in clear agreement and commitment from all parties involved, with a clear understanding of rules, responsibilities, and expectations. So after every negotiation, you must have what we call take home. What is the take home from this meeting? That's what we're trying to do. Every meeting must have a take home. What is the clear, everybody must understand, okay, what next? That is what I mean. After closing everything, there must be a what next. Where are we going? So they must have, everybody must have, understand their responsibilities, expectation out of every negotiation. Negotiation is a meeting. So after every meeting, what next? Practical application of negotiation skills. Contract negotiation. Negotiate terms, conditions, and deliverables with vendors, suppliers, or subcontractors to ensure alignment with project requirements and objectives. At this time, you negotiating with that contract with vendors and suppliers and subcontractors. These are people you will be meeting all the time as the project manager. Even if you're working in IT, you know, we have a lot of vendors. All these softwares we are using, implement Dynamics 3, implement SAP, that implement CRMDs. They are products, and they will have people that are selling them. You know, you must understand the way you do the contracting with them. So these are vendors, you know, have different licensing, and depending on what you, so you must understand how to, you know, negotiate this contract negotiation. Then you have scope management. When scope is changing, you must understand how to negotiate with stakeholders for the scope changing. Your projects cannot just go out of a scope. When it goes out of scope without any documentation or any agreement, that is when it becomes a scope creep. No agreement, no negotiation, no authorization, and you go out of the agreed timeline, agreed budget, the other deliverables. But when is agreed upon that, yes, this is 3 months project, but because we're adding more features, we're ready to add 2 more months, making it 5 months. That is agreement. So once you guys are shooting out of that 3 months, it's no longer a scope creep because there is agreement. It was negotiated. So negotiate change to project scope, schedule, or budget with stakeholders, balancing competing priorities and constraints. Then conflict resolution. Negotiate resolution to conflict or dispute among team members, stakeholders, or external parties, facilitating dialogue and compromise to reach mutual acceptable solution. Resource allocation. Negotiate resource allocation such as budget, personnel, or equipment to support the project activity and objectively, effectively. Negotiation skills are essential for project managers to reach agreements, resolve conflict, manage stakeholders' expectations effectively. By developing effective negotiation skill. Project managers can navigate complex, when I say complex, project can be complex situation, build consensus, and achieve success. Everything ends in success, project success. So at this point, we are going to end tonight's class at negotiation skills. Tomorrow we take up problem solving in project management. So thank you for listening, and I'll give us opportunities to ask a few questions so that we can show that we really understand this very well. So, if you have question at this point, this is the time for you to make that contribution. So we have two people raising their hands already. Let's make it snappy. Favor Felix, what do you want to contribute?
Okay, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay, during leadership skills, you made mention of the project manager being very cordial with the team members. So what about when you have team members who do not meet up with their timelines?
Did I use the word cordial?
I'm just explaining.
Okay.
You even talked about taking them out, appreciate their efforts. So what if you have team members who do not meet up their timelines, who always give issues, bring up different issues in the team? How do you handle them? Does that mean you don't have to no outburst as a leader?
I think I handled that issue. Said that when you are trying to review, when somebody's expectation is not meeting the standard, I said something about that. I said, there is a way you talk to them. You cannot say, what is this? You try to understand their challenges, why they are not meeting their expectation or the standard. If they need upscaling, arrange for upscaling. You must understand why they are struggle. I said that. Did I, Tim? I think I said that.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you must understand. And I said when that you celebrate, I say, and when they do well, you celebrate them. So there is two ways. Whether they did not do well, you have a way. You must have a way to address that by being polite. And even if they do well, you appreciate them. And when you're appreciating them, you cannot tell others you've not been doing well. Miss Mercy Akpan, please, it's good to be. Mercy Akpan, can you put yourself on mute? If I want me to put yourself on, I might make a mistake and remove you. So, like I said, when you want to take them out to appreciate them, is a teamwork. Project is teamwork. Everybody must be appreciated equally, irrespective of some people had challenges. So that is it. So I think everybody else agreed with everything we've said. Am I clear, Felix? Favor Felix?
Yes, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So thank you, people. This is clearly Okay, we'll have Innocent Dibia.
Good evening, Mr. Charles. I want to ask, in a team, there are people who are difficult. Now, as a project team leader, when you try to resolve issues, looking at conflict resolution here, and one of the parties involved becomes difficult, no matter how you try to constructively resolve the issue, what do you do as a project team leader?
Yeah, we get rid of people in projects all the time. But before you get rid of people in projects as a team lead or you request for them to be removed, you must show that you've used all your lifeline first. You must have evidence of how you have used all your lifeline, how you try to resolve issue, how you try to accommodate, and this person is not accommodatable. Then the last option, then even they fire, who said I don't fire people in projects, and who said firing erring team members is a crime? It's not a crime. You fire people. I fire people as well. But by the time I'm firing you, you will know that you deserve to be fired. So if you make other people's life miserable for no reason and not try after all the empathy, after all the negotiation, after everything, and you want to show that you cannot work with others, then you go and work alone. But you cannot just fire someone, or that should be the last resort.
Thank you.
Emmanuel Ndarake.
Mr. Charles, good evening. Good evening, everybody.
Yeah.
So, my question is not necessarily on this topic. So, I want to ask. I noticed the yesterday class that was recorded was not uploaded on the Scoop and the portal, the student portal.
You are not up to date. Are you? Is he up to date, class?
No.
Unless it was uploaded around 5 or 6 p.m. this evening.
Yeah, because
It's uploaded.
And you are not following another thing is try to follow our channel. Because once a topic is uploaded, you will receive an update that has been uploaded. You can follow our channel on YouTube to be getting that update. Secondly, the first thing I said when we started this meeting is that the class is already uploaded. So either you came late. That's why I said you are not up to date with information. So the class is there, so you can access it both is in the course portal already with all the documents attached to them for you to download. Okay, thank you, Emmanuel. Can we have you, Joy?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Joy.
Sir, my question is about this particular team. I don't know if they are core team or they are semi-team workers. Like those workers that they directly affect the project, but they don't have power in the project, but they have interest. Like they must be paid for every work they do. What if they are wasting your time? Like those examples you're giving us, they are wasting your time. They are making the project look frustrating to you. How do you handle this kind of people as a project management in your leadership position? And also all those, whenever maybe one of your team member is a very, very elderly person, how do you handle such a person that like yes, he know that he's senior you, then he will now start showing his seniority to you, and it will be quite difficult for you to like control the project. So how do you handle such cases, sir? Thank you.
Everybody in projects, like we say, such people that do this, everybody in projects, every stakeholder, for the fact they have something they are contributing, you can't say they are wasting your time. Or maybe you look, it means you are looking down on your team members from the way everybody is important because they are contributing something. For instance, in a construction industry, we have laborers, you know, they are doing something. If there are no laborers, who is going to do the laborer job? So everybody is important, and you must find a way to address everybody. That's why you do your stakeholder analysis and know every. We've done this, like so many of you don't even understand what stakeholder analysis is. The time you plan to deal with every group of people, like now you are talking down on some group of people. You, as a matter of fact, you use a derogatory statement about some group of project team members, and you shouldn't do that because it's wrong. So you must know how to, the way you talk to or relate with their project sponsors should be different the way you handle them, but you must have a plan on how to deal with everybody. Everybody is important. So that's the answer to that. And again, if you have team members that are older than you, of course, you are not there to do age grade or to do who is senior or who is not senior. As a matter of fact, at the time you guys are working, nobody knows anybody's age. We are there, not there. It's only human resources that talk about age. What we talk about is your responsibilities, what you do. And if you are very professional, there's no way you can use derogatory or insultive statement that will make somebody feel that I'm older than you. It's when you are not treating them well, that's when they will say, look at this small boy or this small girl coming here to insult people. Is it because you're the project manager? Because you must have ignited that. And that's why I said you must find a way to talk to your like now you see some people, group of people, you use a derogatory statement on those people. And now, if there is elderly person within that people where you use derogatory language on them, they are elderly, it can create a reaction where they now have to realize that you are younger than them and you are speaking to them with the way they don't want it. But if someone, for no reason, always trying to show you that you are it happened, I'm not saying it cannot happen, you can use a constructive situation to let the person know that we are not here for age grade, and everybody must be professional, do their job the way it's supposed to be. And if the person keeps giving you trouble, you can escalate it to higher authority where he will go and start looking for their age grade to work with. Are you clear?
Yes, I'm clear. Thank you.
Good. So I think we've done justice to tonight. So, and I say thank you for active participation, active listening, and feedback. And see you this time tomorrow.
Thank you, Mr. Charles. You are the best.
Thank you, Mr. Clark.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
night.
Good night.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Mr. Charles.
Good night, sir.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
May Nigerian network